Welcome back to Roadside Rescue. On this episode, we're going to Walmart. I'm just kidding, we're already at Walmart. And that'll be a different episode when you see me fixing that thing. Look, I was trying to record every video. No, I mean, everything I was doing as a video. I don't have enough time to edit. And the sponsors I'm doing, when I can fit a sponsor in a video, it's mostly just so I can afford the time to edit a video. I'm gonna start paying an editor. I tried that out before and it didn't work, but this time, I think I'm gonna try it one more time. Anyways, that's not why I'm here. I just picked up some stuff from Walmart and I just diagnosed this. But somebody just called me earlier and said that they have some major noise, causing some serious worry coming from the front of their vehicle, the front driver's side specifically. And it's on a 1500. I don't know what year it is. No, I don't think they even told me. And when it's a case like that, we'll just go there and figure it out. Anyway, so I'm back to just filming the most interesting ones, and I'm out of town 30 minutes south of where I normally live, and they live like another 20 minutes north. So long trip to get there. At least there's some auto parts stores close by if I can figure out what it is. I've got another appointment a couple hours later, also close by to where that is. And there's an AutoZone right next to the Walmart too at this town. Not my normal AutoZone, but I still have to pick up a few other things. I convinced my buddy to put some subwoofers in his 4Runner, so I'm helping him wire them up. I guess that's what I get for convincing him. All right, just made it here. Try not to hit their truck. Goes into a tight spot. Let's check it out. Passenger side. Well, I was gonna say I just got done from crawling out from underneath there. But you don't even need to be underneath there to see what's wrong. Can you see that? Looks like somebody had their brakes done recently. Hopefully I can fix it. Let's see if they've got the bolts nearby. Now again, thanks to sponsors, I'm able to make as many videos as possible right now. In the future, I'll be making a lot more when I can get an editor on board. Again, I'm working on that soon. This video has a sponsor. Let's go ahead and unbox this. All right, this is a 29-foot telescoping ladder. It comes with mounting hardware, so it won't fall down and make that loud noise every time you're trying to use it. Let's check out how tall this thing is. All right, this ladder has hooks. I'm working at my buddy's house. His office is on like above me. I don't think he would like it, but I think it would be a good prank if I put this up in his window and I go up there and say hey to him. Because I just finished the build out on this 4Runner. We just put some subwoofers in there. Make sure you stick around to the end of the video if you want to see that. You're gonna love it. It's better. There you go. Oh, no, you have this roof in the way. Oh yeah, real easy to bring down too. He loved it. He wasn't working though. I thought he was still working. That wasn't even as tall as this thing goes, and it was up past his roof. This ladder works great. It gets super tall and it's super strong. This thing's heavy duty. If you want one of these, check out the link in the description and the pinned comment for an extra good deal. Piece of metal. Probably just started rubbing. Looks like it's gone around the wheel just a couple times rubbing. Probably actually in reverse is the only thing that's scraping that way. Probably about to lose the other bolt too. I'll check the other side and probably get some pads too. Doesn't look like they had their rotors replaced. All right, pretty easy parts to get a hold of. Everything was in stock, so let's go ahead and pad slap this. Most worrisome pad slap I've ever done, probably. I gotta see if I can get them to put some rotors on this soon too. Maybe next time. Okay, well, I was wondering if one came out, how close the other one was to coming out. Almost all the way. There's probably just a couple of threads holding that on. And there's your problem. No threads on that part for a second. I saw right here and thought the threads were stripped out, but they're gonna thread into here. This one looks like it's been cross-threaded. Can you see that on the top bottom thread from looking down on it? But I'm hoping I can get a bolt to start in there, no problem. Looks like the threads are still there. 54 turns. The most. Alright. What a mess. I don't know how long I was making noise for you. Every time you would have braked for a while, that would have just been making noise till it came loose. I guess after it came loose. It would have been making a lot of noise before it came loose too, so. Shouldn't have run it till it busted, that's what I'm thinking. Okay, luckily nothing's cross-threaded. I can run these all the way down by hand. This one just is a little harder to turn, but it's not cross-threaded. Because I have my ginormous breaker bar on there. That's just the same size socket as the wheel. These things are glazed though. But I don't know why they took this off in the first place if they didn't do the rotors, because I was trying to do the brake pads without and doing one of these. I think it's impossible, dude. Pretty near impossible. I don't know how they did it. Yeah, way easier to do with it open. So I don't know why those were loosened, but I'm gonna check the other side, and those pads are still in there. Those are good. All right. Still have to check the other side. I'm getting tired. I still have to go finish installing those subwoofers, but I did like 90% of the work yesterday. It's aftermarket radio too, so the backup camera on those hardly ever work the first time. You have to switch some wires around usually. Luckily that one told you which wires to switch around, so I'm going to do that. Tap into some better voltage, because I tapped into something that had 3-volt power. It was labeled accessory, but it only had 3 volts. So I'm gonna tap into something with 12 volts that kicks those subs on. Probably just show you them slapping when it's done. Why am I cranking this down by hand? I forgot my impact gun. Forgot it, okay. Look like a doofus. Tighten it up to tie. Anyways, I'm gonna go do that. That'll be fun on my buddy's truck to finish the day. As you can tell, it's starting to get late. Tomorrow I've got to do timing. Then I've got to do a clutch job. I don't think I'll finish it in a day. Then the next day I've got to do a timing, axle, and wheel bearing on the same car. And I still have to do that transmission on my Dodge. Finally showed up a couple weeks ago, a week and a half ago. Haven't got to it yet though. I think I have to hire somebody. See you at the subs. I'm guessing they just didn't go back and tighten it up. No, like that's not happened to all of us before. But I guess they just let it go before they realized what was happening. The other side was tight though, that's why I say that. No issues there. Low is just like dedicated to like.
Yeah, but the only thing this soundboard we can.
What happens is like inside you have to have a high to low.
I just want to do it. If you're gonna do it, I want it to work.
It's the only other option. I mean, it is a option with subwoofers. It's not like if it was a bad option, they wouldn't have it. You know what I mean? It's just not as good as low though. The subwoofers don't slap, and we're gonna have to do high pass audio. There's absolutely no output on this aftermarket radios. Low output RCA sockets. They're just there for function. Guess where it came from.